Hello, high school basketball fans, and welcome to the Elida Fieldhouse, also known as Little Mecca. I'm Dave Bowen. It is my privilege to be your play-by-play announcer, and doing the coloring tonight, giving you all the inside info, will be Evan Skilleter. Evan, it's great to be working with you tonight. We've got ourselves a D6 district semi between the Columbus Grove and the Crestview Knights. It is basically a Northwest Conference Invitational with Bluffton and LCC in the nightcap.
Yeah, and what a great conference it was this year, and it's such a privilege for me and you, two NWC guys, to be able to call this NWC showcase, if you will. Columbus Grove, NWC champions. They lost their first NWC matchup of the year to this Crestview team. They won the rest of their Northwest Conference games, including a big win against Spencerville, the co-champion. On the other side, for Crestview, a fantastic team finishing top half of the Northwest Conference as you get a look at the route they've taken here so far in the tournament.
Yeah, you see the bracket right there. Crestview defeated Lincoln View. Columbus Grove defeated Riverdale to get to this district semi. Grove has a record of 13-7 overall. Crestview comes in at 19-4. Let's take a look at our lineups tonight. First, for the Columbus Grove Bulldogs, they'll be starting number 2, a 6'2" sophomore forward, Brady Basinger. He is the second leading scorer at 11.7 points per game. Senior, 6'1" senior guard number 3, Trenton Barraza, the third leading scorer at 9.7 points per game. Trevin Baxter, the leading scorer, the 6' junior guard at 12.5. Landon Best, number 13, the 6' junior guard at 6.6 points per game. And rounding out the starting lineup for Columbus Grove, under the leadership of Connor Coles, number 21, the 6'1" senior guard, Kyle Hopkins. He averages 7.9 points per game. For the Crestview Knights, the starting lineup for them, Hayden Parrott, number 0, the 6' junior guard, the third leading scorer for Doug Etzler's squad at 10.1 points per game. Braxton Leith, the 6' junior guard, 5.6 points per game. Number 5, Liam Putman, the 6'3" junior forward, averages 3.7 points per game. And then 2 seniors round out the starting lineup for the Knights. Number 10, Tommy Hefner, the 6'1" senior guard, second leading scorer at 10.4 points per game. And number 33, the 6'6" senior forward, Ren Sheets, the back-to-back Northwest Conference Player of the Year. He comes in averaging 16.4 points per game, leads the squad. It is the D6 Invitational. We want to thank our pregame sponsor, Dale's Concrete. Call Dale's Concrete and Decorative Stamping in Leipzig for all your commercial and residential concrete needs. Any other thoughts as we get ready for this first district semi?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at keys to the game, and I want to talk about Columbus Grove. You already mentioned the 6'6", two-time Northwest Conference Player of the Year, Ren Sheets. Columbus Grove needs to keep him away from the basket. He's by far the lengthiest player on the court. He has the skill to go with it. Opponents cannot let him get good position inside. They have to box out. They have to keep him away from the basket. That means get into him early physically, try to keep him away. On the other end, defensively, if they're in a man defense, you've got to take his assignment away from the basket. But we might see a whole nother issue in a 1-3-1 zone from Crestview with Sheets up top, and we'll have to talk about that when we get into it. But either way, the length of Sheets is very disruptive, and it'll be an important task for for Columbus Grove to keep him away from the basket.
Absolutely. Connor Coles, he will definitely have a game plan devised against Ren Sheets. The key will be the complementary players for Crestview. Let's take a look at Grove. Keys for them tonight, Evan.
Yeah, well, look, Crestview's got to protect the paint. And I know that sounds funny. You have the 6'6" guy. Why is that a key? That's something we should be fine with. Well, if you watch their first game, Columbus Grove did a great job getting to the basket, penetrating, getting inside. They finished okay at the rim, but it wasn't always the scoring at the bucket that was the big thing. It was the defense collapsing once Columbus Grove gets into the paint, and Grove able to kick it out and hit big buckets wide open after that defense collapses. So if you're Columbus Grove, you've got to continue to get into the paint, and if you're Crestview, you've got to stay in front, and you've got to keep those drivers away from the paint and make them shoot over the top.
Straight line drives for Columbus Grove. That is a key, and that is a concern for Doug Etzler. Also a concern is to make sure that his team knows this is not the same Grove team that Crestview played back on December 20th. A win for Crestview, 63-41. As you mentioned, Evan, the only loss in league play for Grove, but Landon Best only played about 5 minutes in that game, still coming off his injury from football. Kyle Hopkins didn't even make the trip. He was sick and Gage Sauter still was not a key role player and a sub off the bench for Grove yet. So a completely new look in this game. Both teams have earned their right to be here. That's our pregame show. We'll be back with the opening tip. It's district semifinal action, D6 style, on WOSN. Welcome back to the Elida Fieldhouse, Little Mecca when it comes to district basketball action, Division 6. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Hawker Drywall. Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at hawkerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. And our quarter sponsor tonight is Northwest Ohio Recycling, located in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. Again, Columbus Grove, in their black uniforms, they will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Again, starters, 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore in the likes of Basinger, Barraza, Baxter, Best, and Hopkins. Crestview in their home whites. They start 2 seniors and 3 juniors, Parrott, Leith, Putman, Hefner, and Sheets. Again, I'm Dave Bowen, and beside me is the one and only Bluffton Pirate, Evan Skilleter. It's going to be a good one. I look for it to be gritty, not pretty. And there's going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears out there tonight. And one team's going to come back Friday night.
Hey, these are 2 programs I disliked playing against when I was growing up in the NWC, because I would leave those games with bumps and bruises, and I'd be sore for days because both these teams, they get at it. And you'll see it tonight in this game. They will go hard. They'll drive to the basket. You'll see contact. Neither team is afraid to take a charge or put a shoulder down. They're not going to be rattled by pressure. I'm really excited to see what both of these bring tonight.
This is a series that overall Crestview leads a substantial margin in 43-16, but none of that matters. It's living in the now, and Crestview's got to let it go, like we talked about in pregame, the last meeting. This Columbus Grove squad, Connor Coles has done an outstanding job of bringing them along. They were a mash unit in the first game, and we're off, and we're starting. Tommy Hefner takes it across the timeline, and Columbus Grove opens up in man-to-man defense. Right. They go right down to Ren Sheets, and he takes it right at Basinger, but Basinger does a good job defensively. Here comes Grove. Hopkins up top. He's going to take Parrott off the dribble. Nothing there. Screen out there set by Barraza. Kyle Hopkins, 7.9 points per game. They kick it over to the other side. Here comes Baxter, the left-hander with the sweet shot. Overcooks it. Crestview with the rebound.
Yeah, good move right there from Baxter. Just not able to convert. I like what he did, though. Sheets was on the back block, and so he knew he could drive inside and get an open look. Just needs to convert.
Crestview reverses the basketball. Hefner with it. Parrott up fakes Hopkins, and he looks to go to Sheets. Sheets was going left. The pass was right. The first turnover of the game, our first whistle. Our officials, we've got the A crew tonight, Evan. It's Denny Morris, Clay Ehrman, and A.J. Kremer.
Yeah, you get to this point, you get the best, and really nice to see these guys out here. Love what they've brought to basketball in Northwest Ohio this season, and like you said, veteran crew. They've done a nice job their whole careers.
Trenton Barraza, the outstanding football player, going to Defiance to put on the pads, comes up with the miss right there. Crestview keeps it as one and done. Hefner with the basketball again, sets the table for the Knights. They go in the Ren Sheets again. Hayden Parrott with the assist. Ren Sheets with the basket. The guy shoots 73% from the floor. That's 3 out of 4 shots he makes with defense, Evan.
Yeah, and Crestview seemed Columbus Grove content just guarding him 1v1 with Brady Basinger, who's pretty big, very strong player, just doesn't necessarily have the height.
Barraza with the basketball. Grove trying to find those driving lines that you mentioned in the pregame. Evan, Landon Best. Barraza again. Braxton Leith on him. They get it to Hopkins. He kicks it out. Open look over here for Basinger, the sweet lefty. It doesn't go. And Parrott comes out of there with the board. Another one-and-done trip for Columbus Grove.
A good look there from Basinger. They get Sheets to come over, slide over and help, and Basinger gets an open look. Just not able to hit from that corner. Not traditionally a big three-point shooter, but when you get open, might as well take him.
Hefner gets it to the elbow. He's going to take it up, and he overcooks it. One and done for the Knights. Best clears it out Comes across the timeline, goes to the hole. Ren Sheets recovers, gets the block. Hefner going to pull it back out and set things up. Ren Sheets with his 62nd block of the season. There's a turnover on the Knights. Barraza going down the left side. He's on the block. He goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Columbus Grove.
Yeah, that's right. In front of us, too. You're going to be able to see this go off of Barraza's leg. But that's a tough one for the referee who's trailing behind the play. Just not able to see it. Not an uncommon miss there when a referee, again, in transition, just not able to get to the spot. Good job by Crestview 2 times in a row, though, getting back in transition defense.
Nice under out of bounds play. Basinger gets it inside. There's another turnover, though. Hefner brings it across. Surveys, probes, he spins. And it's knocked out of bounds. Good defense right there by Landon Best.
Yeah, right now the Knights just playing a little bit too fast. They're letting Columbus Grove fly around, and they're not really adjusting to that defense. Again, just flying around, hard closeouts, a lot of switching, and right now Crestview just got to slow down some and get open looks.
Hefner, 3-ball, rack him up, 3-ball, corner pocket. Tommy Hefner with the bucket. He shoots. That's his 14th 3 on the season. 5-0 Knights here. Hopkins sets the table. He's going to take the 3, try and answer. Doesn't go. Ren Sheets clears it out of there. Good battle by Basinger. Hefner gets to the free throw line, looks to go deeper, kicks it out to Parrott. Down the left baseline. Liam Putman inside.
Good patience right there from Putman. Gets his guy up in the air and then goes up and scores. Good offense from Crestview. Good start for the Knights out to a 7-0 lead.
Big possession for Grove. You don't want to get too far behind here in the early going, but this team, veterans, a lot of football playoff experience. They're not going to get rattled, Evan.
Might have had the roll there to Basinger, not able to see it. Possession continues.
Trevin Baxter, now it's Brady Basinger. And he takes it up and goes strong. Basinger, much improved basketball player, the sophomore for Columbus Grove, gets them on the board, and we've got a foul.
That was a big bucket from Basinger going back to that one. Nice, strong take to the basket as you get a look at the Carry Insurance replay on the foul. Just 2 hands there in the middle of the court from, oh, looks like
Kyle
Hopkins on the foul. So it's his first. Team first of the quarter.
Our instant replays are brought to you by Carry Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. Hefner, Braxton Leith, he's been shooting the ball extremely well as of late, and he drills the 3. That's his 22nd on the season. Another assist, give it to Hefner this time. But yeah, Leith, 33% behind the line, 3rd in that category for the Knights. Backdoor cut, goes out of bounds. Braxton Leaf had a great 4th quarter in overtime against St. John's in the regular season finale, and then he really played well in the second half, shooting the basketball against a pesky Lincoln View team last week in the sectional final. There's that 2-2-1 press brought on by Columbus Grove. Owen Heckler in the game now. Leith looking to go all the way, and he does try and go all the way. He's a running back, and that time he tucked it. Brady Basinger, he takes the offensive charge. Nice defense by Grove.
Yeah, that's one way to break or to stop the transition. They break the press, get all the way to the bucket, but Basinger, he did slide a little bit, but I think in that case you're looking at player control, and it did not look like Crestview was under control there.
Yeah, he took the shoulder right in his sternum, and that is the place you want to get hit and draw that charge. It doesn't matter if you're moving or not in that situation. Landon Best with the ball out top. 9-2 Knights. In the game, Gavin Barraza. I'm sorry, Evan.
Yeah, they're starting to weave at the top, still trying to find those seams, see if they can get it, their shoulders in front. There you go, right to the bucket. That's a good take.
There's that one-on-one driving line. Give the basket to Trevin Baxter. Leads the team at shooting percentage, field goal-wise at 53%. There's a shot by Hefner, doesn't go.
I think that's what Columbus Grove wants, a little pull-up jumper, not too close to the basket. There's another penetration and then a shot. Again, it's that penetration that's going to get those open looks. Obviously, that one doesn't go in, but I like the last 2 possessions, getting into the paint and getting that defense to collapse.
Whenever you can get deep offensively, sets things up. Parrott right there, inside-out action, doesn't connect. Give the rebound to Landon Best. Here he comes. You can see that ankle brace on that left ankle. Great to have him participating this basketball season after suffering that injury early in the football season.
Foul on the take. He said push. I think it could have gone on either player here. They get Braxton Leaf. I think Owen Heckler kind of reached in there too, as you see on the replay. But Leaf will get that one, and that's going to be number 2 against Leaf.
Yeah, that's a storyline. Braxton Leaf, he draws the main defensive assignment for Crestview. He's got 2 fouls. He's going to have to sit for a little bit now. Grove with the basketball. Brady Basinger. Left-hander goes left against Ren Sheets. And Sheets denies him. Gets the board. Here come the Knights again.
It's a tough matchup, but I love that Basinger's not afraid to take it at the 6'6" senior. Oh, what a move. My goodness, the footwork is beautiful from Ren Sheets on the spin.
Spin to the 10 for Sheets. Give him 4 points on the night. 11 for Crestview. Straight man-to-man by the Knights. You mentioned in the pregame they have the 1-3-1 in their arsenal. But right now holding Grove to 4, even though they've allowed some penetration, they've kept Grove from scoring predominantly here in the first quarter.
They've done a nice job, especially on this possession, limiting those drives. Columbus Grove trying to get to the paint. Even right there, a nice job on the outside from Hayden Parrott, and they make that shot hard as well.
And Ren Sheets clears it out, just goes up above everybody. He averages 8 boards per game. He's getting some work in here early. Owen Heckler with the miss. Hayden Parrott with a rare offensive rebound at either end. Liam Putman kicks it out to Hefner. Coach Etzler holding up one finger. I don't know if he wants to play one or one shot with 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Looks like he wants to hold it, Evan.
He's looking down at that play sheet. Crestview waiting patiently at the top.
Hayden Parrott with the basketball, guarded by Landon Best. Or excuse me, that's Souter. Gage Souter in the game now. It's not one and done because Parrott tries to get to the basket. Good defense by Souter. Now Columbus Grove has an opportunity to put one up and put some points on the board here at the end of the first quarter and take momentum into the quarter break. Gavin Barraza to the left, spins inside. Nice pass. He finds Brady Basinger, who connects. 2-1, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. At Little Mecca, district semifinal action. After 1 quarter in the books, it's Crestview 11, Columbus Grove 6. And as we head to the second quarter, our quarter sponsor is Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollars for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. And our 3-point sponsor, of which we had 2 in that first quarter, is Loddix Jewelry. Loddix Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at Loddix.com. And I'm proud to say the owner of Loddix Jewelry, one Mike Lickley, is a former student. Columbus Grove, they score at the end of the first quarter. They're going to get the first possession of the second. We talk about it about the last play, the middle 8, the last 4 of the first half, the first 4 of the second half of football. Grove had a chance right there to get 5 points, 4 or 5 points right there. They didn't get it done. Crestview keeps them from scoring. Now they have possession.
Yeah, and you often hear coaches talk about how they start quarters and how they end them. Well, last quarter, Crestview wanted to play for the last shot. Instead, they went for a layup with 20 seconds, didn't get it, and then Grove comes down and makes that bucket. And so Grove obviously ending that quarter well, and now a chance to get the first points of the second.
Hayden Parrott off to the right there. Brady Basinger attacking on Ren Sheets. Sheets with another block. Here comes Crestview in transition. Hefner at the foul line. Ren Sheets.
It's a fun matchup. Sheets first, Basinger down low. Basinger taking it right at him, not afraid.
Yeah.
And we've seen Sheets do a nice job down low. He only has 2 buckets, but they've been 2 nice ones.
Yep. Parrott with the ball on the left, guarded by Hopkins, finds Owen Heckler. Heckler's a 3-point specialist. He just really doesn't look very comfortable shooting a 2, and that one rolls off, but Crestview gets the board, and Ren Sheets is going to end up with another bucket.
Sheets is stepping through wherever he wants to go. It doesn't look like there's much space in there, but he uses those long legs and those good feet to get good position and get space and just finish with ease. I love it right now, what he's been able to do.
And it's 1-on-1 down there. Right now, Columbus Grove, not any adjustment as far as a double or even a triple team, which Ren Sheets has seen with some consistency this year. Trenton Barraza goes left. Finds Basinger in the corner. That one's short, and Tommy Hefner comes out of there with it. So another one-and-done trip for Grove. Crestview doing a good job of limiting offensive boards. Hefner goes deep. There's contact, but you got to earn it at district. No foul called, and it's going to go to the other end. Trenton Barraza with his first bucket of the game.
Good job there by Barraza getting down the court in transition. It's a tough one on the other end. Good play, though.
Crestview breaks the 2-2-1. Sheets with it on the baseline. Heckler. Parrott back inside the Sheets. That one, Brady Basinger wins that battle, but he tries to get rid of it. And it goes to Hayden Parrott, the thief right there. We see it on the Carry Insurance replay. As we look to go inside, there's the great hustle. And the 50-50 ball goes to Basinger, but then Parrott steps in, scores it. Hoop in the harm, has a chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
That's a big play right there, too, because Columbus Grove, 2 defensive possessions in a row, able to knock the ball away from Crestview. You started to feel maybe a little momentum going toward the black jerseys, but right there, that hustle play from Hayden Parrott not only gets the bucket, but the chance for the and one, and you know how an and one can spark a team.
And spark Hayden Parrott because he really hasn't shot the ball well here in the early going, but that free throw goes down for the 66% free throw shooter, and that is the second foul on Kyle Hopkins. Connor Coles leaving Hopkins in the game right now.
Yeah, Brady Basinger out of the game right now.
And that's a banker. You can put a deposit in because the bank is open. And Hopkins, it's good that he stayed in because he drilled that one. That is a Lottix Jewelry 3.
Doesn't matter how they go in as long as they go, right? The
Yep.
3 points is 3 points, a big bucket from Grove. And then at the other end, able to make a stop. It'll stay with Crestview. But again, we're starting to see that physical play, that end-to-end action, both teams getting into each other, guys on the ground, guys diving for loose balls. This is exactly what you expected.
In talking with Coach Etzler, he wanted a half-court game, did not want to allow transition, and thus far it has been predominantly a half-court game. Will Sheets, the crafty lefty, and yes, he is the brother of Ren Sheets, misses the first one, but follows it up, gets his first bucket. Grove comes right back, and it's that transition right there. Gavin Barraza with the miss. Will Sheets clears it out. Hayden Parrott across the timeline. He's going to look to get to the window. We're going to have a foul before the shot.
It'll be the second against Columbus Grove as you get a look at the Carry Insurance replay here. And a nice attack right there. You can see the confidence of Hayden Parrott starting to come back to life after that and one as he takes it to the hoop and draws the foul.
Fouls on Gavin Barraza, his first, team's first. Hefner brings it out. 18-11 Knights. Just about halfway through the second quarter. They got a 5-second call. Crestview couldn't get into their offense. Trenton Barraza closely guarding Hefner. That's a turnover on the Knights.
Yeah, Hefner just not aware right there that the count was on, and it was just enough space to draw that 5-second call. Now Columbus Grove a chance to climb even further back into this lead.
Hopkins with the spin to the 10. Kyle Hopkins for 2. That's his third point of the night.
That's nice from
Make
Hopkins.
that 5. He's got a 3 and a 2. Crestview breaking the pressure. Hefner with the shot. A good look, but yet Grove's happy with that shot because it's not in the half-court set, and it was a little rushed. And as a result, they own the defensive board. It's going to be their basketball.
It almost looked like Hefner lost the handle on its way up, and at the top of that shot was kind of awkward. And again, you saw the transition attempt from Columbus Grove, but yes, Hefner missed the shot. He's still able to jump over and knock that pass away, slow the transition down, and do what Coach Etzler said, right? Make it a half-court game.
Make it a half-court game. Defend the one-on-one driving line. Barraza, Trenton style with the ball at the three-point line against Putman. There's the one-on-one drive. Good wall up by Putman. Better finish by Trenton Barraza. Strength on strength right there. Barraza with points 3 and 4.
That is tough right there from Barraza, the running back, the strong lower half, able to absorb contact. He's not put off by anything.
Crestview breaks that 2-2-1. I usually call a 2-2-1 press a nuisance press, but the way Grove plays it, it is a tenacious press. And there's a turnover in transition. Here come the Bulldogs. Basinger with the bucket. 1-point game.
Sheets not able to get there that time. Great outlet pass over the head, perfectly led all the way to the rim.
Starting to get a little frenetic pace here, and that works in the favor of Grove as they do a great job. We see it on the Carry Insurance replay. Will Sheets attacking the basket, but Brady Basinger sets him up and takes the offensive charge.
Yeah, he set up camp down there, didn't he? He built the fire, the tent was pitched, and he took that charge. Really nice footwork. Good anticipation, too, because he got set right before Sheets made that initial cut, so he knew what was coming.
So Columbus Grove has gotten the tempo to increase. So what does Crestview do? They switch to a 1-3-1 zone. They've been using this more and more throughout the season. It's worked very well for them. And right there, they get a one-and-done miss again. Trenton Barraza with a good look from the corner doesn't go.
And they had Sheets right in the middle of that 1-3-1 that time. Sometimes you'll see him go to the top and use his length to be disruptive around the perimeter.
First pass trapped by Grove. Liam Putman on the other side, up fakes, and then kisses it off the window. Good job. Exactly what you want to do against a first pass trap. Reverse the basketball and look to attack.
And that's the attention, too, that Sheets grabs, right? The help didn't slide over in time because they were looking at Sheets, worried about where he was.
Drive right there by Trevin Baxter doesn't go, but on the ensuing rebound, we're going to have a foul against the Knights.
They called that against Owen Heckler. That's his first. Some free throws coming up.
Brady Basinger at the free throw line. The smooth lefty shoots 73% from the charity stripe. Misses that first one. Our free throw sponsors, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, they're famous for catering too. All right, Evan, I'm going to tell you, Brady Basinger's father played against him.
You said that in the other broadcast too. You said, I don't like to say it.
I don't.
And then this is the second time you've said it.
Well, you know what? It's a compliment to his father, Jeff.
That's right. Great
Jeff,
kid, great athlete.
Yep. And I see a lot of dad in Brady out there, so I can't help but go there a little bit.
Love that. NWC roots, right?
Yep. That foul is on Trevin Baxter. He picks up his first. And Crestview goes against the half-court pressure by Grove. Hefner looking to set it up. Parrott, Heckler doesn't look at the shot. Goes inside to Putman. Back to Hefner. From the elbow, he's good from there. And he does nothing but tickle the twine.
Yeah, no mistake on that one. Love the good, quiet jump shot. Not a lot of movement, and he goes straight up, puts his weight right through the ball. Nice and easy going in. And on that possession, Columbus Grove switched to a 2-3 zone defense as well. So good job penetrating and getting inside that zone.
And that's a turnover on Grove. Again, 22-17, and we want to thank our scoreboard sponsor, Hawker Drywall. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at hawkerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. And every time I see that Hawker name, I mean, they don't have a Hawker on the roster right now, but there usually is one, and they're usually very tough.
That's right. Foul on the way up that time as Sheets went right to the basket. Nice little power dribble, and looked like Basinger maybe just kind of reached in there trying to push it away. He gets called for his first foul.
Yeah, Hayden Parrott does a nice job of getting the ball down to Ren Sheets. He's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line and shoot two. Sheets is a 69% free throw shooter. Clanks that one off the front of the iron. Look to recover here on the second one. It's up, and that one doesn't go either, but there's Liam Putman with the offensive board. Kicks it out. Crestview maintains possession.
That's just Putman not working three defenders.
Nice up fake. Liam Putman has continued to improve as this season has progressed as well. That might be the best move I've seen him put on all year long, and what a nice place to bring it out of your back pocket.
Yeah, no doubt. He's had a couple plays where he's been nice and patient around the basket tonight, letting defenders fly past him.
Putman averages 3.7 points per game. Basinger again attacking Ren Sheets. And this time, Basinger's going to win the battle. He's going to go to the least famous recipe chicken free throw line.
Great look at the Carry Insurance replay here. And looked like maybe on the way up is where he got it. Maybe not necessarily on the contact up top, but on the way up, hitting the arm of Basinger. So 2 free throws coming up for Brady, who has 6 points this evening.
You have a couple elements working in Brady's favor. What do you do when you're going against a shot blocker? You attack them because they're not thinking charge. They're thinking block that shot. And if they're not in complete chest to your body position, you're going to win that battle. And it's going both ways, but Brady wins that one right there.
So Sheets, it says just his first foul.
And that's what I have him for.
Right. He's been involved in a lot of plays under
yes,
the basket,
he has.
But with that length, able to stay out of foul trouble.
Brady, as we said, a 73% free throw shooter. 0 for 2 in the early going for the least famous recipe chicken line. Free throw line, make it 0 for 3. So an empty possession for Grove. Down to 45 seconds. I don't think you're looking to hold it here with the tenacious defense by Grove. You got to look to score, don't you?
Yeah, Grove's up there, too. They have 4 fouls. Next one sends Crestview to the line, but they're not worried about that.
Parrott with the basketball, and he turns it over. Trevin Baxter goes up, and he flushes it down. Hello, Jupiter. He gets up there and takes care of it.
Yeah, he had to get up, too. He's not the tallest guy in the gym, but my goodness, good athleticism, able to finish that one and bring his team back to within 5.
And that's knocked out of bounds. I think we'll see that replay right here on the Carry Insurance replay. Does a nice job coming down, goes off 2 feet. And
just
in over, yes. Little two-handed jelly on the soft side. 13.6, Hefner. Crestview looking to get the last shot. See if they get a screen on the wing for Parrott. No, goes back to Hefner, and he drills the 3. That's Tommy Hefner. Grove with a quick look. Gavin Barraza from distance. Doesn't go. Crestview with the bucket at the end of the second quarter. And that makes our score 27-19. You're watching District Semi-Tourney action on WOSN. We'll be back with our halftime stats and adjustments in just a minute. It's halftime here at the Elida Fieldhouse. Division 6 District Semi-Final action. NWC opponents Columbus Grove and Crestview. And we want to thank Dale's Concrete for being our halftime adjustment sponsor. Call Dale's Concrete and Decorative Stamping in Leipzig for all your commercial and residential concrete needs. 27-19 Crestview. And Evan, you look at Columbus Grove right now. Grady Basinger leads the way with 6 points, but halftime adjustments for Coach Coles.
Well, I think right now Columbus Grove, we talked about how they like to get inside and then kick it out and get open looks. Well, right now there aren't many lanes to get inside. They've got to knock down some shots from outside to get that defense to spread out a little bit and create some space inside. So I don't know if that's running some sets to get some open looks from outside, but they need to start knocking things down and get Crestview's defense to honor that shot from outside. When we look at Crestview, you've talked about Coach Etzler's emphasis in making it a half-court game, but Columbus Grove has 8 or 10 points in transition with just beating Crestview back to the other side. So I still think Crestview needs to readdress that emphasis on slowing this game down a little bit and limiting those transition looks.
So Crestview, Tommy Hefner leads the way with 8 points. So both Hefner and Basinger, the second leading scorer for their respective teams. Ren Sheets has 6 for Crestview, the leading scorer for the Knights. And Trevin Baxter only has 4, and he usually comes in at 12.5. Those two guys, they need to get it rolling here in the second half.
Yeah, they really do. Both defenses have done a really nice job. Now, you talked about Sheets with 6 points. He's got a lot of other guys stepping up as well, and a lot of that is because Columbus Grove's emphasis on keeping the ball away from Ren Sheets. And on the other side, look, there's a lot of length for Crestview. That's making it really tough for those Columbus Grove guys to get good looks. Even when they're getting inside, those hands are disruptive. That length is disruptive. It's making it really tough. But hey, it's only an 8-point game, right?
Yes.
We're not by any means saying that this game's gotten away from Columbus Grove. I'm really looking forward to the second half and seeing some of those adjustments.
Correct. Ren Sheets has 6 boards. He's kept Grove off the offensive glass for the most part. They only have 2 offensive boards. And you're right. A lot of basketball to be played, a lot of balls to be dribbled. And we'll be back for the beginning of the third quarter You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our quarter sponsor for tonight's contest is Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. And we want to thank our timeout sponsor for tonight's game, Metzger Financial Services. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. I'm Dave Bowen alongside Evan Skilleter. In that first half, for the most part, I think Coach Etzler liked the tempo. I thought there was a little flurry in the second quarter where Grove got things going. They cut the lead to 1, and then Crestview goes to the 1-3-1, and the tempo goes back down towards more of a half-court game. So, to begin this third quarter, Crestview has the basketball. Parrott goes to Hefner in the corner, and Columbus Grove stays in. No, they're in man-to-man. Parrott goes into Ren Sheets. He's doubled right away. Goes to Liam Putman. He spins, and that strength, he's able to get it up and score, Evan Skilleter.
Yeah, again, that's Putman on the backside. They're doing a nice job getting a guy on that back block so that when Sheets gets double-teamed, he's able to either dump it off or they can just send it to the back block anyway. So up to 8 points now for Mr. Putman. Fantastic job.
And a loose ball at the other end, a 50-50 ball. Crestview comes away with it. And down here at this end, there's a foul on number 5, Trevin Baxter. That's his second. Braxton Leith back in the game. Coach Etzler never went back to him when he came out with 2 fouls early in the contest. And Crestview was able to perform without him. He is a key component to this team, especially defensively. He's back in there now. Hefner turns it over. Barraza with the steal. Here come the Bulldogs. Kyle Hopkins has to put up a tough one because who's there? Braxton Leith.
Yeah, and a good job by Leith just walling up right there, not initiating the contact, but letting the contact come to him, walling up, not getting called for the foul, but causing the miss.
In their half-court offense, looking down for Ren Sheets' Parrott. Doesn't go to him. Back out top. They stay on the right side. Sheets with it at the elbow, looks to reverse. Leith with it up top, guarded by Hopkins. Liam Putman again inside. Kicks it out. Hefner resets the table.
It's good patience right now from Crestview. Not getting what they want, but just continuing to work through their set. Trying to get Sheets a touch.
Deflected by Hopkins, and they come away with the steal. Do the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just a lazy pass right there. You got to pass into the post with a purpose. I don't care how open your guy is. You've got a defender in front of you, and he wants that ball.
Yeah, you ever say in practice as a coach, up fake, bounce pass. Up fake, bounce
up
pass.
And under, please. Yep.
And we're going to have a 30-second timeout taken by Columbus Grove. We'll take one as well. 29-19, Crestview. Our scoreboard sponsor for tonight's contest is Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at hawkerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. Coach Coles takes that Metzger Financial Services timeout. Evan, purpose?
Just slow things down, right? Things are getting a little bit out of hand early. I know it's only 2 points for Crestview, but sometimes you can just tell when your team's not in it. You need to reset and regroup. Probably not a bad timeout. He didn't take any in the first half, so it's only the first one. Still 4 left.
Little check up from the neck up. And that's going to be a foul on Braxton Leith. Yep, that's number 3. It's like Coach Etzler saying, yeah, Braxton, we've proven that we can play without you, but I don't necessarily want to play without you.
Might as well just leave him in there, right? If he has to come out with 5 fouls, you know you can play. It does look like they're going to go to the bench.
But they don't get it in right away, and Columbus Grove does. Trenton Barraza with the bucket. Nice inbounds play.
Look away for a second. The ball's in the bucket. Nice one from Columbus Grove there.
Full court man-to-man by Columbus Grove. Hefner brings it across. Parrott with the basketball out top. Guarded by Baxter. They go into Ren Sheets, a double team right away. Something Grove did not do in the first half. Leith with the wide open 3. Doesn't get it, but there's Liam Putman. And that one goes off of Crestview. We're going to see it on the Carry Insurance replay. Well, the
refs can't look at the replay.
Nope.
They can't change it.
Nope.
And look, those are so hard to call,
They
right?
are.
Like I would not want to be an official trying to make those calls, those bang-bang plays. They've got a tough job.
And we're down here at a different angle and get a different look, different perspective, and that's what officiating's about. Nobody in the crowd complained about that one because they didn't have the view that we did.
That's right.
Hey, there's a three-pointer by Landon Best. That's his first bucket of the game. Couldn't come at a better time. Cuts the lead to 5.
And that one comes off a nice drive up top. Now a foul by Best. But that one comes off a drive up top. Get a look at the carry insurance replay. Just reaches in with the shoulders turned opposite.
And that foul is actually on Kyle Hopkins. That's his
call.
third, team second. That was that 1-2-2 3/4 court press, and Hopkins has been able to get a lot of steals out of that throughout the year. That time, gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. 3 fouls for Hopkins, 3 fouls for Leaf. Parrott on the right side, looking in for Rensheets. Goes across to Putman. Putman being offensively aggressive tonight. Heckler, the three-point shooter.
Bulldogs flying around
Yes,
on
they
defense,
are.
trying to get a trap, trying to get anything they can.
And there's the double team, but Rensheets draws the contact. We're going to see it on the carry insurance replay. He's going to go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line.
You said double team, but there's 4 guys
It's
converging
a
on
party.
that basketball.
He can play euchre in there with 3 black shirts. He's got to decide which one he wants as his partner. That foul was given to Brady Basinger. That's his second. And Sheets misses the first free throw. He's 0 for 3 on the night now. Got to find that stroke from the charity stripe. We've got Paulie Karras with us tonight, doing a little job shadowing, and said free throws will win you ball games. Both teams combined to be 1 for 7 in the first half. Sheets makes the second of 2. Crestview back in the 1-3-1 now. Gavin Barraza. Isaac goes to brother Trenton. Back across to Landon Best. Best looks to penetrate the seams. It's a turnover. Hefner with the basketball. Good hustle by Landon Best to get that one out of the hands of Hefner, but it'll stay with the Knights. Baseline out of bounds, the blob.
And Sauter was almost able to run that down and keep it in, too. So good transition defense by 2 Bulldogs there. Best and Sauter.
Hefner triggers it in, goes out to Parrott. Closely guarded by Gavin Barraza, and too closely guarded, says Clay Ehrman.
Well, right now, Crestview's doing exactly what a coach teaches you guys to do if they're getting pressured, right? Try to get past your defender, try to draw some contact, and right there, just too much up top, and now already 4 fouls for Columbus Grove, not even halfway through this quarter.
Crestview will shoot free throws for every foul the rest of the third quarter. So this is where you want to continue to be aggressive if you're Crestview, but not out of character aggressiveness. There's Liam Putman again. 2 on him. A lot of contact. Goes up through him. Liam Putman with points 9 and 10 on the night. But here comes Grove right back. Sauter attacks the basket, but Ren Sheets comes from the help side and sends that one into the bench.
Well, Ren Sheets had to remind everyone that he's the big man on Crestview's team because his teammate doing a nice job on the backside, getting some big boy buckets. My goodness, Liam Putman now up to 10 points.
Gavin Barraza penetrates. Swing it around to the Bulldogs to Best. He doesn't score it. Parrott with the board. Here comes Hefner. Owen Heckler on his left.
High pressure from Columbus Grove, trying to trap in the corner.
And they can do that with their talented athletes out there on the floor. Hefner looking to attack, and he draws contact, and he's going to go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line.
Looked like Basinger. Nope, they're actually going to get Sauter on the foul. Oh, no. One more correction. It's Landon Best, 13, not 23. So first foul against Best, number 5 against Grove.
Hefner at the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. He is the leading free throw shooter for the Knights at 76%. And that one goes off. So both teams struggling from the line. Grove has not shot a free throw in the second half. Crestview 1 for 3 here in the early going. Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw, Lee's famous recipe chicken located in Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. And Hefner gets the second one.
Still a one-score game. It really feels like it's been all Crestview, but really they're only outscoring Columbus Grove by 1 in this quarter.
Grove down on the baseline. And there's a shot. And sticking with it is Brady Basinger, the hoop in the horn for Basinger. And he's going to go to the least famous recipe chicken free throw for 1.
They get Parrott with his first, second against Crestview. And again, every time it seems like the momentum's going Crestview's way, Columbus Grove able to do something to get some momentum back, to limit the run and to limit the damage. Coach Coles has to be really happy with the way his guys have responded to adversity so far this evening.
Absolutely. They've done a great job of just battling and hanging around. Again, they are the Northwest Conference co-champs with Spencerville. Crestview and LCC finished second. Into Ren Sheets, and he scores it. Gets to the bucket, and that's his first field goal of the second half.
Yeah, good one there from Sheets. Looked like he got hit on the arm on the way up, too, so big boy finish from him. Right now, Crestview dominating inside on the blocks and in the paint.
9 points for Sheets, 9-point lead for Crestview. Hopkins from the foul line, and he made that look like a free throw right there. Drills it. Give Hopkins points 6 and 7 on the night.
And again, keeps it a 6-point spread,
Parrott with the basketball, goes to Heckler. Heckler goes into Sheets again, and he draws a couple and draws a foul. Does Ren Sheets. I believe that's going to be on Gage Sauter, and that's going to be his first.
Well, Sheets has really, really long arms. The second you try to reach for the basketball, he has so much space on his arms. It is hard not to hit one of those arms, right? So the best thing to do against a guy like that, not reach in, not try to dig in and get the ball away. Just stay straight up. Don't give him a whole lot of space to navigate, but also don't foul.
Sheets hits his second free throw of the night, 2 for 5 from the line. Our free throw sponsor, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Not just famous for chicken, they're famous for catering too. Misses the second, but there's Liam Putman with another big play, an offensive rebound for the Knights. And Coach Doug Etzler's going to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll take one as well. It's the black, it's the white, it's 36-29 Crestview. Our 3-point sponsor tonight is Lodex Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at lodex.com. And our instant replay sponsor is Carey Insurance. Tonight's instant replay sponsor, Carey Insurance, is located in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs in our communities. Evan Skillender, Coach Etzler takes that Metzger Financial Service timeout after the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Purpose?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, right? Your team has possession, and really your team's doing okay. That has to be, or at least in my opinion, it's got to be something that he saw, a quick adjustment that he wants to make, maybe even an easy bucket right here on something that he's seen in an adjustment.
And Grove makes an adjustment out of the timeout. They show the 1-3-1 zone now.
Yeah, it's good coaching, right? Maybe Coach Etzler's drawing something up against the man.
Owen Heckler with the look inside, doesn't go. Liam Putman again with another big rebound. Finds Hefner at the free throw line. He doesn't get it. So out of that whole possession, Crestview down at this end of the court, they get 1 point.
My goodness. Again, big boy basketball right now, though. Both teams going at it inside, nice and physical. It's exactly what you want to see this deep in the playoffs.
Sauter with the basketball on the left side. Goes down to Trenton Barraza on the baseline. There's the lefty shot from one, Trevin Baxter. He drills it. That's his first bucket of the second half, 6 on the night.
And again, Grove just kind of quietly closing that gap. They're going to get one here, a steal anyway.
Hefner with the turnover. In transition, Grove unable to make money on the possession. They turn it over.
Still great defense. Just a tough one right there. Pass a little bit behind. Baxter not able to grab it.
Gavin Barraza upset with himself. Would like to have that one back. Parrott brings it across the timeline. Liam Putman comes to the basketball and then kicks it out to Hefner.
Good decision there from Putman, right? Doesn't have to force a shot up early in the possession, under a minute to play in the quarter. Putman's done all the things you love as a coach. He's worked hard. He's He's got some big buckets, big offensive rebounds, making good decisions.
Yeah, he has been affectionately a garbage man here tonight in a lot of ways. Ooh. Hefner doesn't get it to go. Sauter with the board. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Grove in transition. Gavin Barraza goes into Zach.
It was Brady Basinger that
Brady
had
down
the round.
there. Yeah, I couldn't see.
He ends up getting fouled by Hefner. It's the first against Hefner, third against Crestview of the quarter.
So it'll be under out of bounds, so 24.7.
Still one to give if they need it.
Grove going to bring it all the way back. Baxter's going to make sure everyone's on the same page. Hopkins with the basketball now. The Knights in a 2-3 zone. Down to 13. Hopkins goes across. Basinger going to his left, goes over. Ren Sheets, Basinger with the bucket. And that's how our third quarter is going to end. Grove with the bucket and momentum going into the quarter break. But Crestview leads. 1 quarter to go, 36-33. And we're back at the Elida Fieldhouse for the fourth quarter of Division 6 District Semifinal action. We want to thank our quarter sponsor tonight, Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. And our scoreboard sponsor is Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at hawkerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. Grove scores at the end of the third quarter. They get the possession here at the beginning of the fourth. See if they can cut this 3-point deficit down to 1 or none.
Grove 5 for 8 from the field that quarter, 63%. Crestview 3 of 7 for 43%. That's a beautiful block right there.
Yeah, it is. Hopkins got to the basket, but Sheets was able to block it away. And on the ensuing loose ball, we've got a foul on Columbus Grove. And that foul is going to go on Landon Best, his second, team's first. Good hustle.
It's tough play right there, right? Guys getting on the floor. Referees have a tough job tonight when those guys start to get at it. There's a lot of contact, and you've got to make the distinguishing call, right? Which is a foul, which isn't.
Crestview going against a sticky man-to-man defense by Columbus Grove. Hefner with the basketball. Looking in at Ren Sheets. Putman. He's going to say Putman went out of bounds and didn't get himself reestablished inbounds.
We might not be able to see this too well.
As we look at the carry insurance replay.
What?
I thought he was clearly back inbounds, but the official felt otherwise. So turnover, and there's a turnover right back. And Hefner in transition goes with the left hand. It doesn't go down. And then a foul over the back by Ren Sheets. So a big miss by Crestview with a foul to follow on Ren Sheets. Bad news, it's a foul. The good news, if you're a Crestview fan, it's only Ren Sheets' second.
Yeah, you're not too worried about that. Certainly don't like the foul, but
Hefner was looking at the defense as he was coming towards the basket, didn't pick up the target, and it rolled off on him.
Back to the 1-3-1, and Basinger in some trouble, able to get it away.
They swing it. And Hopkins with the ball out top. He's going to take the three from out there. And Crestview with the rebound in the form of Braxton Leith. It's getting physical out here. Leith clears it out. He goes off his knee. Kicked away by Best. Hopkins kicks it to the corner. It's a three-ball look. It doesn't go. Grove with a chance to tie. Doesn't happen. But they keep possession, and Connor Coles is going to say, let's talk about it. While they talk about it, we'll take a break. It's fourth quarter action. The fans are up on both sides, and you're watching it on WOSN. Our three-point sponsor tonight is Loddix Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at Loddix.com. Timeout by Coach Coles. I think that was a great timeout. Things were a little helter-skelter. Let's circle the wagons a little bit and make sure we're all on the same page.
Definitely. There was also a chance Barraza was about to get trapped in the corner too, right? So you take the timeout. Only the second he's taken. So Columbus Grove still with 3 left. Crestview with 4.
Trevin Baxter penetrates, tries to find his teammate, but it goes out of bounds, so an empty possession out of the timeout. Crestview basketball.
I think he second-guessed himself. He got in the air there and tried to drop it off, but threw it right to the feet of his teammate. Might have seen the arms of Sheets up in the air, too.
After Putman, confidence is spelled with Putman's name, and he gets the assist as he goes to Ren Sheets.
Yeah, he goes baseline and takes 3 defenders, sets of eyes with him, and no one was looking at Sheets. Grove tried to get him from the backside, but just not in time. Really good take.
Crestview in that 1-3-1. We see Hefner at the top. They have put Sheets up top periodically throughout the year as well. But when you have Sheets down low, you get his help like you do right there. Crestview with another steal, turnover by Grove.
That's 2 in a row where Baxter gets in the air and is kind of indecisive, trying to figure out if he's going to make a pass or take a shot. Now he gets called for the foul. That'll be number 3 against Baxter.
You know, throughout this season, I've had a lot of coaches share with me that Crestview is one of the most physical teams they've played all year long. I got to tip my cap to Columbus Grove. They are just as physical, just as tough. You can see why they are NWC co-champs.
Well, and this is a team, let's not forget, it's a team that's NWC co-champs. Their coach did not win Coach of the Year. They did beat the other co-champs. They didn't have a single player on NWC's first team at the end of the year. And so you think about that and how difficult it is to win the conference but not have one guy who, now let's be honest, I think a lot of times we look at the offensive stats and production for a lot of those awards, especially at the top, and they only have 2 guys averaging double figures, and those aren't even that high. It's Brady Basinger with 11 and Trevin Baxter with 12. They just get so many contributions from all over the place, and they play so freaking hard. It's incredible to watch. Again, no one is a first-teamer in the conference on this Columbus Grove team, despite the fact that they won the NWC championship, and now they'll get an offensive foul.
Yeah, we'll see it here on the Carry Insurance replay. Kyle Hopkins playing that tough man-to-man, draws the contact from Braxton Leith. That's Leith's 4th foul, 5 minutes to go in the game. But great analysis, and you got to give kudos to Coach Coles, his staff, and these kids for hanging in there. They were a mash unit at the beginning of the year, and here they are, district semi and NWC co-champs. Anybody's ball game right now. In and out for Kyle Hopkins, and who clears it out? None other than the reigning NWC Player of the Year, Ren Sheets.
And I want to make sure it's clear. I don't think that Coach Sensaval is unworthy
of
Coach of the Year, or any of the first teamers should not have been first teamers. I just wanted to make a point that these guys work so hard.
Inside out action, Sheets to Hefner. And that one goes up off the iron into the safety strap, and it's a turnover on Crestview. It'll be Columbus Grove basketball. Not a turnover, just went on the safety strap out of bounds.
This late in the game kind of feels like a turnover sometimes.
It does, right? It does. It's an empty possession for the Knights. It's mano-a-mano, big boy basketball, as you've said. Down in the corner, that one in and out.
Holy moly.
Hopkins with another good look, and we got 2 guys, they're just not going to let go of the basketball. Showing good toughness both ways. Officials get in there.
Yeah, and that's a good job by the officials. Don't try to make it more than it is. Get those 2 guys away from each other. There's a lot of pride in these communities. It's a tough game. Just get them split up and move on with the game. I like it.
There was a foul early on in there on Brady Basinger. That's his 3rd, team's 3rd. Here we go. Double team on Hefner. He turns it over. There's the steal. And this time Grove does get the bucket in the form of Trevin Baxter.
This press is incredible, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Hefner's elbow went right into the head of the defender, Best. And sometimes when you see that head contact, the referees consider a little bit more. You're going to get a look at it here. You'll see him. He catches it, and as he turns, his elbow goes right up into the head, and that's a tough play right there.
Yep. Taking care of the basketball, but you're right. It goes Grove's way right here. 3-point deficit again for the Bulldogs. Hopkins with the ball out top, looks opposite the back, or Best. He's trapped in the corner, and he's going to use another timeout. That's 3 in the books for Columbus Grove. It's a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. You know, Evan, you mentioned Columbus Grove did not have a first-teamer. It's sort of like the no-name defense. Who was that, the Dolphins? I don't know who it was back in the day. They just do it by committee at both ends of the floor, and what I have been really impressed with tonight is how they've done it defensively. They're just so gritty.
I mean, they're in your face. 94 feet. I don't know how long this court is, but we'll say 94 feet.
Well, I
That's
could
the
debate
typical
about
length.
that, too.
Yeah, fair enough. But they're in your face. They're not afraid to come over and double team. We've seen a couple possessions where they've literally flown around. They've sent double teams in different spaces. It makes it really hard for an offense to get into a rhythm when you just can't move the ball, when the defense is doing different things. And you're right. There is so much effort on that side of the basketball. It is incredible to see a team, two teams, honestly, work this hard. And again, Crestview fighting off Columbus Grove. You can feel the fight. You can feel them with a shield trying to fend. It's the Knights, right? They're trying to fend off the Bulldogs as they're nipping at their heels. I mean, this is a fantastic game. I am loving this. It's only game 1 of 2 tonight.
Exactly.
Goodness gracious.
It has fit the bill. The cliche, it's been gritty, not pretty. 38-35 with 3.5 to go in the fourth. And both these teams, they won it. Crestview staying in the 1-3-1. Parrott with a deflection. Kyle Hopkins pulls it back out top.
You don't have to force anything here. You don't have to hurry.
Goes to Baxter. Back to Hopkins. Over to Best. Hopkins reversing the ball against the zone. That's what you're taught from day one. There's a good reversal. Best doesn't get it, but the offensive rebound. Hopkins. Trevin goes to Landon Best. Best on Hefner. Down in the corner, and there's going to be the 5th foul on Braxton Leith. Easy call for the official.
5th foul on Leith, 4th against Crestview, so everything else will put Columbus Grove at the line. A tough night for Braxton Leith. You said it. He always draws the opponent's best player, has a defensive assignment, but tonight attacked with 2 early ones and couldn't stay out of trouble the rest of the game as well.
And Owen Heckler comes to the game. He's a three-point specialist, but he has not taken a shot from out there. Best doesn't come up with it. Hefner double teamed, and Crestview gets it across, but they're going to call him for over and back. I think there might have been a travel before that as well. Right here, we see it on the carry insurance replay. Maybe, maybe not, but an easy over and back call. Crestview turns it over. There's that tenacious defense showing itself.
Not sure what the fans are irritated about. That one's pretty cut and dry. Jumps from the back court, catches it, then lands in the front court.
Here we go. It's the chess match between Coach Coles and Coach Etzler. And the effort and determination by the players on the floor. Best with the ball in the corner. No trap by Crestview. Hopkins brings it out top. Hopkins goes into Baxter. He passes it to Basinger. Doesn't get it, but another offensive rebound. Doesn't go. Ren Sheets has it. And Crestview clears it out. So a long possession with a couple quick turnovers in there. Comes up empty for Grove. Parrott with the penetration. Sheets, nothing. Let the bodies hit the floor, Evan. Here we go. Hefner looks to get a steal, doesn't get it. Trenton draws out.
So many fans up on their feet, frustrated, but this pace is what we want. This is good basketball.
Yeah.
Let the players play. Let the players decide the game. This is what we want to see. You want to whistle every single time down the floor? No, you don't.
You got to play.
This is what basketball is all about, baby. Let's
go. I love it. You got to play through it. That's for sure. And Coach Etzler, he's going to take a timeout. That's just the second one for Crestview. We'll take the Metzger Financial Services timeout with both teams here, with Crestview leading 38-35. Our outstanding instant replays have been brought to you tonight by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our community. Yeah, there's been a lot of action, not a whole lot of scoring but it's because of the defensive intensity both ways. And, yeah, maybe there's some contact here and there, but the officials have been consistent, Evan.
They absolutely have. You know, they've let both teams play physical basketball. This has been a well-officiated game, a well-coached game, and a really, really just absolutely fantastic basketball
Good
contest.
defense right there. Almost gets the turnover for Grove, but Crestview gets it in. Liam Putman with the ball out top. Parrott with the basketball.
Grove still with 1 foul to give. They have 3. Crestview has 4.
There's the turnover, and there's the foul. That's a good foul by Hayden Parrott to keep the bucket from going in, but Columbus Grove's going to go to the free throw line.
Yep, good job jumping that pass. It's Kyle Hopkins jumping in and knocking that one away. Then Baxter getting the foul.
Trevin Baxter at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. He is a 76% free throw shooter. That's pretty good, but it's only good enough to be third on this Grove squad. The lefty lets it fly, and he drills it.
Well, free throw's not guaranteed tonight either. We've had some pretty rough shooting from the line for both teams.
Trevin Baxter, one of the most improved players on this squad. Consistent score in doubles, gets both free throws.
The scoreboard is wrong currently. Yep. It is 35-30 or 36-37 should be the actual score. It'll get fixed. Everyone freaks out.
Ren Sheets, they're going to call the charge on the pass. Tommy Hefner commits the player control foul, and that's going to be his third. We see it on the Carry Insurance replay. Oh, yeah. That Brady Basinger that takes it down
Basinger
there.
was set up once again. That's the second time he's drawn a charge here this evening. And again, a nice job getting set, getting good position. And now they're trying to work out the actual score. Again, it should be 36-37 Columbus Grove. Or I'm sorry, Crestview. Well, we'll just let them figure it out, okay?
Yeah.
Evan doesn't know anything over here.
I think that's right. 38-37.
It's a 1-point game no matter what.
Yep, exactly. And with 1:11 to go, because it did just say 1:15, now it's 1:11. Denny Morris over at the scorers table making sure everything is according to Hoyle as we get ready to go down the stretch drive. Triple Unos up there as far as time is concerned, and it's a 1-point deficit, so you could say it's quadruple Unos. Here we go. Kyle Hopkins, Crestview stays in the 1-3-1. Landon Best out top. Grove very much comfortable. No rattle in them whatsoever. Best.
They can be patient.
Yep. Down to 48, but they are down a point. Hopkins with the penetration. Nothing there for Best. Off the catch.
Still 2 timeouts for Columbus Grove as well.
Here comes Basinger. Spin. On Sheets. Doesn't go. Hayden Parrott with the big rebound. And he gets fouled. And he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line with a chance to put the Knights up 3.
Yeah, great rebound right there. Nice and strong. Rips away from the defender. Draws a foul. Big free throws coming up now for Mr. Parrott.
Brady Basinger did a good job spinning in there right at point-blank range, but you still have the 6'6" Sheets that you're thinking about. And he was unable to make the connection with the basket.
Love the move, though. Love the confidence.
Yes,
love the move.
exactly.
Going against the NWC Player of the Year. Yes, he has great offense, but due largely in part to that defense as well.
Brady Basinger, a sophomore. I know sophomores are juniors now. Juniors are seniors.
Yeah, sure.
Seniors are graduates, but you still have that year, incremental piece right there.
I think we're still trying to get something sorted over at the table. Not sure if they called the foul on the wrong person. Basinger has 4 fouls, according to the board.
So Hayden Parrott going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. He hit some big ones in the overtime victory against St. John's. And he hits another big one. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line in this game. Shoots 66%. This one to make it a 3-point lead for the Knights. Toes it, throws it, nails it. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Crestview with 35.1 Our timeout sponsor is Metzger Financial Services. They help you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. All right, Coach Skilleter, Crestview, Columbus Grove, what's the thought here as we take this ball and go down the floor?
So I think, first of all, great job to the crew, to the refs, to the players. We love the pom-poms. Thanks to the Bluffton cheerleaders.
There you go.
Hey, I think if you're Columbus Grove, you don't want to force a three-pointer. If you can get an easy look at the bucket, great, but I don't think you're going to get an easy look at the bucket against this team.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to have to take an early, good three-pointer to try to tie this game. That's what I'm looking to do, especially with Crestview, the way they've been able to rebound the basketball and make things really tough inside. I just don't see a quick, good look at the bucket.
And Crestview goes to man, up three. Want to guard the three-point shot. Don't want to give that shot an open look. And right now, that sticky defense creates a turnover. And Tommy Hefner is on the basketball. He draws the foul from Trenton Barraza. Tommy Hefner with an opportunity to make it a two-possession game with 22 seconds to go.
Well, I think switching to man actually kind of threw off the Columbus Grove rhythm. They had three guys on the wing trying to figure out who was supposed to have the ball, who was supposed to cut, who was supposed to screen, and ultimately Crestview took advantage of it by just stripping the ball away. Now we're going to see a timeout by Coach Coles. That'll be his fourth timeout. He'll have one left. But yeah, that's a tough play at that end for Columbus Grove. Again, trying to set something up. And you would think maybe, okay, we come out of the timeout. They're actually in man. Maybe we need to take another timeout, draw something else up. Or maybe he had a man play drawn and his squad just got a little bit confused, right? But either way.
And that confusion can happen because what has Crestview played predominantly the whole second half? The 1-3-1 zone.
That's right.
So even though you know it's man, you're still not used to going against man.
Absolutely. Some of the toughest defenses at any level are the ones that can switch it up and give you different looks and just keep you out of your rhythm, right? It's really hard to work against the defense when, one time down you get trapped in the corner, the next time down you don't get trapped, the next time down you're not even guarded. It's really hard to figure out. So, again, nice job by Coach Etzler. You said it a little bit ago. It's a chess match between the two, and right there he put Columbus Grove in check.
And now
not me,
but Tommy Hefner with 2 free throws with 22 seconds, double deuces left. He can have a lot to say as far as checkmate. Tommy Hefner 1 for 2 on the night from the charity stripe, a 76% free throw shooter, the leading free throw shooter for the Knights. He is going to our least famous Rusty Chicken free throw line for 2 big ones. Oh, the drama.
Here we go.
First one's up. First one's good. Tommy Hefner drills it. Looks like he'd been thinking about these free throws in the backyard for quite a while. In the driveway. Completely calm. See if he finishes the mission. He does.
Talking in the middle of that free throw. He was laughing and joking with somebody.
A la Larry Bird. I'm going to make this one and just tickle the rim a little. Baxter goes to the baseline. Hopkins with the 3. Doesn't go. Ren Sheets with the board. Parrott eats it up. He's looking to get fouled. Going to have to get it across the timeline. And Hayden Parrott's going to take a timeout. That's a good decision on his part. And it looks like Crestview is going to come away with this victory as the Knights take a Metzger Financial Services timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our scoreboard sponsor for tonight's Division VI District Semifinal action has been Hawker Drywall. Hawker Drywall and Plastering can be visited at hawkerdrywall.com, and they can help you with all of your drywall and plastering needs. I'm Dave Bowen alongside Evan Skilleter. Crestview is going to take this ball out of bounds with 6.7, I believe. They got to take care of it. But they're going to come away with a hard-fought victory.
Yeah, this one's going to feel good, but they've got a quick turnaround. They've got to play the winner of our next one on Friday. That's going to be no easy task as well, and it looks like Columbus Grove won't even foul. So listen, we got to give Columbus Grove a lot of credit for the season they had. They lost their first Northwest Conference game. It was their second game of the season, and then they went on to win every conference game, including knocking off the co-champs Spencerville. A really, really good hard, tough season for the Columbus Grove Bulldogs, and a fantastic job by them tonight making it tough for one of their NWC foes.
Couldn't agree with you more. Coach Connor Coles faced a lot of adversity at the beginning of this season. He was able to rally the troops. NWC co-champs, but their season ends with an overall record as sectional champs and an overall record of 13-8. Crestview improves to 20-4. Doug Etzler's squad with the 42-37 victory, and they are going to come back Friday night and play the winner of our second contest, which we will have right here on WOSN as well, between the number 1 seed Lima Central Catholic Thunderbirds and the number 5 seed Bluffton Pirates. As we reflect on this game, Evan, tempo was a major component. When things got a little up and down the floor, that worked to Grove's advantage. Crestview was able to maintain and keep it a half-court game for the majority of the game.
Well, really, they had to fight hard to keep Columbus Grove away from them. Somehow, Columbus Grove, as close as they got, never got back to even with Crestview. So a really good job defensively. Again, holding down the fort defensively at the rim. They did a really nice job keeping Columbus Grove from getting any easy looks. Now, look, Brady Basinger had a really nice night working inside. But ultimately, you're right, Crestview able to knock off the Columbus Grove Bulldogs. And listen, if I am LCC or Bluffton, if I'm coaching either of those teams, I'm happy to see the pace in this one, because those guys are going to be tired and gassed tomorrow. And you're hoping on Friday maybe it's a slow one as well. But those two are going to match up tonight in our next game. A little preview for you. Excited for that one as well, so make sure you stay tuned.
That's going to wrap things up here at the Elida Fieldhouse. We want to thank our director, Ken Reeker, camera person, Peyton Gilliland, announcers, Evan Skilleter and myself, and the athletic director at Elida High School, Dave Evans, and for WOSN, Kelly Getz and Nick Fraley. We'll see who the Knights are going to play as we have Bluffton and LCC coming up next. But putting a cap on this one till next time, may all of your jumpers hit nothing but the bottom of the net. So long, everybody.